Michigan's walleye population is doing well and typically brings both residents and non-residents to the state to pursue them. However, there's another fish species that has been mostly absent from the state for almost a century. But Michigan's DNR and other organizations are working to change that. Arctic grayling were once native to Michigan, but outside of previous reintroduction efforts, have not been in the state since 1936. In conjunction with 3 bands of Native Americans and dozens of other partners, Michigan's DNR is trying to bring grayling back to the state's rivers and streams. In 2016, the DNR, in partnership with the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians, announced a proposal initiative to reintroduce Arctic grayling to the state. 9 years later, they held a ceremony to commemorate this partnership, and where the DNR presented 400,000 grayling eggs to the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians and 2 other bands.
These are real. These are real grayling eggs I'm transferring to you. This is just to show everybody, if you want to see what a grayling egg looks like.
It's very important to the tribe to reconnect with their heritage and their culture that's been lost for over 100 years now is the main part. And just one of our main goals is native species stewardship within our natural resources department at Little River Band, and to care for those native species that are important to the tribal citizens.
I have a buddy of mine who works for another tribe, and he often starts these, what we call jokingly, kind of the in the beginning speech. So he'll start with the 1836 treaty and move through court cases and our consent decrees to bring us up today. And all these things we rely on, they are very important for the tribes. But what is more important, of course, to us is our relationship with our more than human relatives. Right, so these species, the habitat that they thrive in, they depend upon, those are the things that we care about.
My name is Light All Around. I come from the land of the crooked tree, and my parents were born at the Grand River. And what I did is said thank you for the day and for the sun that has come out to shine upon us, and for the work that we're about to do as we pray and go throughout our day. And I ask Creator to watch over the graylings as they go through the streams and the rivers.
Previous efforts to reintroduce grayling have not been successful. However, after learning from what didn't work, studying another state where introducing grayling did work, and utilizing new technology, those involved with this project are optimistic about the odds of success this time around.
Montana's work, they found that streams where brook trout thrive, Arctic grayling thrive right alongside of them, so they don't cause us a whole lot of concern. Brown trout are a different story. Brown trout they're great sporting fish for sure, but they're bullies. They're bullies of the fish world, and they don't tolerate other fish being close by. They don't even tolerate other brown trout being close by. So the reason that we think that we can get past it this time is we're only selecting stream sections and streams that don't have large populations of brown trout. That's our number one stumbling block to this, potential stumbling block to this, is brown trout. So we're avoiding brown trout heavy stretches of stream.
The imprinting is the key that Montana found to their success. So putting these eggs directly in these streams, in these native waters, they'll know that that is home, and they won't just take off.
Somebody in Montana figured out that the fish were missing a key imprinting period very early in their life, probably at hatch or immediately post-hatch. So what they did is they built these remote site incubators, and that allow them to put the eggs that are getting close to being ready to hatch in these incubators right in the streams where they want to stock them, allow them to finish their incubation. It's soon after they hatch, they out-migrate from these incubators, and they're already in the stream. So they're able to imprint on that water, and they've had success with that.
As with so many successful projects, collaboration is a key component to the effort to reintroduce Arctic grayling to Michigan waters.
I would like to use my time here to speak to the value of the collaboration the tribe has had with the Michigan DNR. Right, we started this, ourselves as an internal project, something that we care about for one of our native species to reintroduce, and something that was very important to us. But we're a small department. Many of the tribes, small departments. We have 14 million acres of ceded territory. There's a limit to what we can do without those important partnerships.
First meeting where we talked about having a partnership. We had 2 sponsors, 2 partners that initiated that meeting. We met and we walked out with almost 50 people willing to contribute to this partnership.
It's a whole lot of good minds coming together. It's a partnership that's got tremendous support from the public, you know, from our tribal partners as well, university support, DNR of course. So that partnership, that whole team of people working on this makes me optimistic that we've got a good shot.
Wheels of government turn slowly, and they turn slowly for a purpose. You want to make sure that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, that you've got the right people in place, you've got the finances, and hopefully you will be successful. And that's a good lesson for what this is. This is not a one and done project where we're going to stock fish for a couple of years. Give it another 10 years, hopefully we will be successful, and anyone that wants to fish for a wild Arctic grayling, which by the way, I have never touched one in my life, but I see we've got a few over here. We're going to be able to go out and fish for them.